What's up guys, Matt here, and it's Monday, which means it's time for another What's Sold on eBay video and a weekly update. This week we sold 36 items on eBay, which is fantastic. That's like 5 items a day. Cannot complain about that. So it was a really solid week of sales. I think the best week of sales in terms of amount of items that I've ever had, so that's cool. So that's very good. But first, let's start with the weekly update. If you are new to the channel, like I said, my name is Matt. Every Monday I do one of these videos where I show you guys what I sold on eBay, and then I kind of talk about where, how the week went, and I show you maybe some pickups from the week if I found anything cool to show you guys. But let's start with the weekly recap part. This was a very interesting week for me. Like I said, ton of sales, which is awesome. So I've been super busy with that. I actually hired my first employee, which is my sister. I'm having my sister come over once a week, once every couple of weeks for a few hours to kind of help me get caught up on my death pile. She was here a couple of days ago for the first time, and showed her the ropes of eBay and had her testing items, listing them and whatnot. So very cool. That means that the store is doing great. I'm making enough money, and I'm busy enough to where I feel like I need some help. So that's always a good problem to have, I think, if you're busy enough to where you feel like you need to branch out and get some help. So very excited about that. Didn't really, like I said, a great week of sales, but not a great week of sourcing, unfortunately. Very, very slow week for sourcing. Thankfully, I had a decent-sized death pile to kind of lean on, but I did get one very, very cool thing, and I'll show you guys that now. I was pretty excited when I seen this, which, I don't know. You guys can tell me what you think. This is a Sony Sports Walkman. What is the number on it? WMSFS191. But you can see there, get that glare out of there. Pretty cool. Sony Walkman, still in its original packaging. Now the packaging itself is pretty rough. It's kind of yellowed a bit, but I mean, this is like from the 80s. So this packaging is like 30 years old, so I don't expect it to be in super great condition. And it's got like, it's kind of, ripped here, and it's, ripped on the bottom and stuff. But I paid $3 for this Sony Walkman. I just think it's cool that it's still in its original packaging. So I think I have it listed. I paid $3. If this packaging was in really good condition, they go for about $200. But since my packaging is not in great condition, I think I'm selling it for $149.95 with best offer. So, if I can get like 120, 130 out of that, that'd be pretty cool for $3. Like I said, I just think it's cool that it's still in its original packaging. But anyway, I don't want to make the weekly recap part too long because I have, like I said, 35 or 36 items to show you guys, and a few of them come with stories. So let's just get right into that part of it. This is what's sold on eBay from last Monday till now, to this Monday. So in the last week, this is what we've sold. All right, let's start off right here with a Nintendo GameCube Super Smash Bros. Melee. This is the box only. This does not have the manual, not the game, anything like that. I do have one of these where it's complete. That's going for $60. But if you just have the box, I don't remember why I have just the box. I think I bought a stack of Nintendo GameCube games from somebody, and this was a game that unfortunately was not in the box. So, like maybe $1 or $2 into this, and like I said, sell just the box only for $12.50 plus shipping. So so before we get into that, what I will do is I will make sure to tell you guys how much I paid for it, how long I had it, where it came from, if it's something that I found or my wife found. My wife also helps me source sometimes when she's not working, and she usually comes away with some really nice finds. If you watch other videos, you can see most of the time I save the best item for last, and most of the time that item is something my wife found, and usually something that I walked right past. So so I'll try to remember all these things to tell you guys when I'm going over the items here. So like I said, maybe $1 or $2 into this box only, and we sold it for $12.50 plus shipping. So not too bad. All right, here we go. This is a Lego Lord of the Rings set. Bought this from the thrift store. I think in the last video I showed this as like one of my cool finds for the week. There was a bunch of sealed. It was a very funny situation. Walked all around my favorite thrift store, didn't really find anything. I think I had like a remote or something. So I was up, getting ready to go up to the cash register, and sprawled all the way out across all of the, like the glass case. There were all these Lego sets, and this guy, another reseller that I see there pretty often, was looking at them. So I walked over to check out, and I asked the lady, I said, "Oh, what's going on with these Lego sets?" And the guy looked at me and goes, "Nothing." And I was like, "All right." And the lady goes, "Oh, we're selling these Lego sets." She's like, "I think they're still new." I was like, "Oh, okay." And she goes, "Also, they're 35% off today." I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." So, like I said, they were sprawled all across the whole glass case. So I went to the other end where the guy wasn't, and I started looking at them, and I picked up a couple. He had like 5 or 6 or 7 or something, so he had a whole stack. But I was able to snag up these a couple of them, a Star Wars one and this Lord of the Rings one, for I think I paid 25 or 26 bucks after the 35% off. So I have about 25 bucks into this, and I sold it for $85.95 plus shipping. I think shipping was like $10 or something. So I ended up making about 40 bucks off one of these. So that's cool. And like I said, I have another Lego set, the Star Wars one that's still sealed. So this sold pretty quickly. I don't know, maybe it was like 4 hours maybe or something it took to sell this. The Star Wars one is still sitting around here. Maybe I might have that one priced a little too high, but Christmas is coming. You know, this sealed Lego stuff will sell, so it's a no-brainer there, but not a bad sale. All right, here's a phone. This is just the phone set itself. This isn't the whole system or anything. Maybe have a quarter, 40 cents into these. I buy like whole bundles of phone stuff. And sell it separately. I part it all out. The phone's separate, the charger base is separate. So I kind of part it all out and sell it individually. So I have maybe a quarter or 40, up to 40 cents for these things, and I got a $5.95 plus shipping for that. Make sure I didn't take a offer on that one. No, I did not. No, I did not. Okay. Next, oh, here's a nice sale. This is one I did take an offer for. These are some Sony headphones. These are still sealed. I love buying Sony stuff that's sealed. This stuff sells for fantastic prices. These are some Sony Walkman headphones. These are Featherlights. I paid $3 at the thrift store for these, and I took an offer of $70 plus shipping. So $70 plus shipping for these. Like I said, paid $3. Had them for a while because I kept getting like really low offers. So I could have sold them a while ago for like 40 or 50 bucks, but I just knew they were worth more than that. So had them for a while, just kind of sat on them and waited for somebody to give me a good price, and someone did for 70. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. I paid $3. So I'm okay with $70 plus shipping. So a really nice sale. All right, here's a remote. I have a ton of remotes in my inventory, probably 30 or 35 remotes. I love selling remotes. I don't mind. You know, I pay like $1 or less for them, or sometimes they come with DVD VCR combos that don't work, but at least I have the remote I can sell. So like I said, I pay about $1 for each one of these. And I got, what did I get for this one? $5 plus shipping. Oh, this was one of the stories I want to tell you guys. And just kind of you know, I've been reselling for about 4 months now, a little over 4 months. So I'm still learning, and I want to help you guys learn too, if you're new resellers or even if you're older resellers. Help you guys kind of, you know, learn the ins and the outs of reselling. But this was a funny story because I shipped, so as a seller, I do not accept, like, one of the exceptions of people who can't buy from me is P.O. boxes. I've heard some stories about people having nightmares sending to P.O. boxes, so I just decided I just won't sell to P.O. boxes. And I obviously, you know, not seeing any, you know, repercussions from this where I'm losing sales or anything, or, you know, seeing a decline in sales, but I just don't sell to P.O. boxes. So this gentleman ordered this remote, and he apparently lives in a really rural area where they don't deliver to his house, they deliver to a P.O. box. So he went to order this and obviously got an error message saying, you know, you can't send it to the P.O. box. So he switched his address on eBay, like through PayPal or whatever, to have me ship it to his house. Okay, so, you know, he ordered this, had his address. I didn't know his P.O. box or anything like that. I just had the address that eBay had on file for him. So, ship it. You know, some time goes by. He sends me a message. He says, hey, I've never received this remote. If you tried to send it to my house, which obviously I did because that's the address he put in, they don't deliver to my house. You have to send it to my P.O. box. And he like gave me his P.O. box address. So I sent him a message back. I said, you know, sorry to hear you haven't received this yet. I do see in the tracking where they said they've tried to deliver it, but they couldn't because they're not going to deliver it to his house. So I basically told him, you know, if you have a P.O. box, I don't, you know, I'm a seller that doesn't sell to P.O. boxes. And he goes, oh yeah, I know this because I changed my address because I tried to buy it from you and it wouldn't let me, so I changed my address. I said, well, you know, if you haven't received it yet, there's a few things we can do. First, let's start with you checking your local post office to see if it's still there. B, if it's not there, then it's probably either on its way back to my house or just lost in a warehouse somewhere. So, you know, and then I told him, you know, let's just make sure, you know, go check your post office first, and if it's not there, they say they send it back or whatever, then we'll just go from there. Which means probably if it wasn't there, it turned out that it was at his local post office, thankfully. But if it wasn't there, it's probably something that I would have just refunded him the money and tried to tell him, hey, you know, wasn't a good idea to change your address. Because like I said, I took $5 for this, an offer for $5 plus shipping. So a cheap remote, you know, it would have been something where I could have tried to, if it for some reason wasn't there and they sent it back to me and I didn't receive it back or whatever, I would have had to try to track it down in some warehouse, and it just wouldn't have been worth it for $5 or whatever. So thankfully it was there. But I guess the lesson of the story is, you know, one of the things, you know, to tell your buyer, he's obviously freaking out, it's not here, where did you try to send it to? You know, just, hey, let's start with, you know, there's steps to this. Let's start with checking your local post office, and then we'll go from there. Is basically what I told him. You know, check your local post office, and then we'll figure it out if they don't have it there. Thankfully, it was there. So, just, I guess, a little lesson for me is, you know, don't, you know, try to figure it out first before you just go straight for either refunding or, you know, what other action you may take in this situation. But let's try to work it out first, and then we'll go from there. So, again, paid $1 for this. It was a long story to tell you. I paid $1 for this, and we sold it for $5 plus shipping. All right, Mario Kart, we did sell this for full price. Yeah, full price on this one. Picked these up. Usually, these come in, like, I buy, like, lots of Nintendo Wii stuff, and this will be a game that's in there. You know, usually $1 or $2 into these, and I sold it for $13.95 plus shipping. Not really sure how long I had this for. It's kind of hard for me to tell because I buy so many video game stuff. I have a lot of video games. But, it's, you know, unless it's like some big sale or something that I truly remember, I just don't know how long I had this for. If I picked this up at a garage sale or something, like in a Wii bundle, it wouldn't be something that I would remember exactly when I had this. But, you know, these things don't tend to sit around too long, you know, less than a month usually. But like I said, like $1 or $2 into it, you know, at the end of the day, and we sold it for $13.95 plus shipping. And I've sold several copies of Mario Kart Wii, which it's nice now because I just sell similar, you know, take some new pictures, you know, obviously test the game out, and then, you know, all the listings all ready for me to just, you know, resell it. So, pretty easy. All right, here's a nice sale. I bought this for 10 cents at a yard sale. Went to a yard sale. I didn't take an offer on this one, no. Went to a yard sale way out in the middle of nowhere. And I got some decent stuff from that sale. I got like a hat, I got a golf club cover, got a couple of Walkman CD players for 10 cents a piece. I remember at the sale, they had a bunch of paintball stuff, like guns and vests and CO2 tanks and stuff. And they had it really cheap, and I felt like I could probably make money on it, but it was pretty dirty. And I wasn't really sure how I would try to like test it or anything like that, so I left it behind. But I just remember it because I was like, man, I could have made a lot of money on that paintball stuff. But anyway, got this at that sale for 10 cents, and we sold it for $29.95 plus free shipping on this, and it cost, you know, $2.66 to ship it or something. So pretty nice sale there. All right, here's another one of those handheld massagers. I sold 2 in the last video. This is the last one. I had a bunch, and then like in a week I sold all. I think I had 3, and in a week I sold 3. So paid like $1 or $2. Usually I see these at yard sales. Get them for like $1 or $2, and sold it for $22.95 plus shipping. So not a bad sale. And like I said, you see those pretty often at garage sales. You can usually get those. All right, here's a golf club cover that I bought for $1. and we sold this for $10 plus shipping. Did not have this long, maybe 2 weeks or something. Golf season's over, but people were still, I can't remember if this went south. Maybe it went down south where people could probably still play golf right now. But anyway, it's just a tailor-made driver cover. It had never been used before. It's still brand new. So it was really nice. If I had tailor-made clubs, I would probably just put that on one of my drivers, but I do not have tailor-mades. So, all right, this is another interesting an interesting sale. So a while back, me and my wife went to a yard sale, and a lady was selling a Little Mermaid vanity set. So it was like this little kid's vanity, had a stool, had a mirror lit up, but it had all these little parts on it from the movie The Little Mermaid. As you can see there, the dingle hopper, Sebastian, the scissors, a little perfume bottle. So it had all these little attachments on the vanity. So we bought the vanity, everything, for $7, and then we basically took all the parts off of the vanity. And the vanity, actually, I gave that vanity to my niece, who's like 1.5. So she just stands there and stares in the mirror. But all the little parts is what I'm selling individually. So I had these all listed separate. Person messaged me and said, hey, I want to buy several pieces from you because their daughter has this vanity and they broke or lost some pieces, so he was replacing them. And he goes, if I buy, multiple pieces, can you, give me a deal? And I said, sure, no problem. So I had all 4 of these listed separately. We worked out a price. I think the overall price of this was like $65 plus shipping if he just bought each piece at what I had it marked. So made him a deal. I said, how about $50 plus shipping? And he said, yeah, that sounds good. So what I did was I took all 4 listings down, and then I just made one listing with all 4 pieces. Just took one picture because he knew what he was getting. Put the price on it we agreed upon, and then I messaged him and said, hey, I reposted this. Here's the link. He clicked on the link and made the sale immediately. So worked out pretty good. Like I said, paid $7 for the whole vanity set. So I have, I don't, I'm not really sure how to say, 50 cents into each piece of this. So maybe $2 into this listing, and we sold it for $50 plus shipping. So I don't mind working with people if they message me and say, hey, I want to buy multiple items. Yeah, that's fine. Sounds great. So let's work out a deal. All right, I've sold 2 of these Nerf. Like this is like the drum. So I think in the last video I sold the actual stock, the back part to the gun. So I bought a Nerf gun. And then the reason I bought it was for this ammo drum. I've seen people sell these, so if you can go to a yard sale or thrift store and get one for like $1 or $2, and it's got this big ammo drum on it, and then the back part of the gun, which is called the stock, you can take that part off, you can take this part off and sell it, and then I usually just donate the gun back to the thrift store. So, like I said, paid like $2 for the whole gun. I sold the stock, and then I sold this, so I have about $1 into this. And we sold it for $15.95 plus shipping. I actually had 2 of these, so I sold that one and I sold that one. So, like I said, $1 into these, $15.95 plus shipping. I can get these, I can send these out under £1. So I think they cost about $4 to ship or something, $4.50 maybe. So not a huge profit, but things that sell and they don't sit around here very long, a couple of weeks maybe. That's pretty cool. All right, this is a watch box that I picked up from Elder Beerman Closing Sales a while back. Paid about 60 cents for this. I have a whole bunch of other watch boxes. If you've watched my past videos, you see that I sell a bunch of, just random watch boxes. I have Seiko, I've got Bravado, I got, what's that one? Armani Exchange I sell a lot of. Guess. So, several different brands. These would be the kind of box that you go if you had this Seiko watch, but you didn't have like a case for it. You go to the store, you buy like a watch box for it. This is what you would get. So these were brand new. Like I said, paid 60 cents at the Elder Beerman Closing Sales. I think they were 90% off or 95% off or something. So pretty cheap. Bought a bunch of different ones, like I said. And they sell like, 1 a week. I think this week I sold 3. So that's pretty good. Alright, here's another story to tell you guys, maybe another learning experience for you. So I picked up these Lego a whole bunch of Lego stuff a while back. I guess it's been a couple of months now. Huge tub. If you've watched my past, like I said, if you watch my past videos, you see me sell these Lego minifigures. Every week I sell a couple. I think this week I sold 3 or 4 or something. Paid $10 for this huge tub of Harry Potter Legos. Had a ton of minifigures. I've made a ton of money off this stuff. This was one of the more expensive pieces. This is Harry Potter, and he's got like a magnet in his hand, and it holds this little golden egg thing on there. That's like a magnetized golden egg. So that comes off the part that's in his hand, and usually people lose that little golden egg part. But thankfully, in this huge tub of Legos, I sorted through it like 4 or 5 times and like was just picking parts out. Every time I'd go through it, I'd find more stuff. So I actually found that little golden egg part, which is awesome. But like I said, paid 10 bucks for the whole tub. So I have really less than pennies into these things, and I sold this for, I took an offer. I think I had it listed for 50 something. Took an offer for $40 plus free shipping, so $2.66 to ship this. But it's pretty cool though. And the story was, so I sold this to a guy, and I think he messaged me and said, hey, you know, would you take like 40 bucks for that? And I said, yeah, that's fine. So I sold him that, and after he purchased it, I thanked him for purchasing it. And I said, oh, by the way, in my store, if you're looking for more Harry Potter minifigures, I have a bunch of other ones in my store. Maybe there's something there you might need. And he said, oh, there's only one other one. He said, well, there's two more than I need. And I said, well, why don't you send me a picture of them and I'll see if I have them. And sure enough, one of the ones he sent me a picture of was this guy right here. I hadn't had this listed yet. It was actually in a pile of minifigures I was still going through and trying to figure out what I wanted to do with them. So this was one of them, Albus Dumbledore. And, you know, I said, hey, man, by the way, I've got that one that you need. You know, how about $10 plus free shipping? And he said, yeah, that sounds great. So I guess the moral of the story is, if you have multiple of a certain type of thing, like whenever I sell bobbleheads and stuff, I'll always send a message to the person thanking them for purchasing the bobblehead, and then letting them know I have a bunch of other bobbleheads if they're interested. Same thing with these minifigures. You know, maybe put that in your description. You know that, if you're putting, when you put your description together, maybe put, I have other Harry Potter minifigures if you're looking for more, to try to get them to come and buy multiple. So I was able to sell that guy the Harry Potter, and then I sold him this, and then there's one other one that he needs, and I actually have half of the one that he needs, so I'm looking for the other half of it, and when I do, he said he'd buy it from me. So so pretty good. Like I said, just throw it out there to him, thank him for purchasing, steer them in the direction of your store to maybe purchase some other stuff. So worked out pretty well in this situation. He was super happy, and I hooked him up with a deal, and he'll be happy to get these things, so that's good. Alright, here is a music bullet. I bought this at the thrift store. I've had this for a while. I think I paid $2 for this. Sold it for $22.95 plus shipping on that right there. Yep, $22.95 plus shipping. And like I said, I had it for a couple of months. Easy. It's just like I guess you hook your phone to it or something. Works with any device. Hook your phone to it, and makes the it's like a little mini speaker or something with big sound. So I don't know. Scanned it at the store, saw that it sold. I was like, that's fine, that's cool. But a little mini speaker for your phone or something. I don't know. $2, sold for $22.95 plus shipping. That's what I do know. All right, here's another thing that I think I paid $3 or $4 for this at the thrift store. I've had this for quite a while. It's called a Smart Park ultrasonic parking assistant. I guess it's kind of like a cheap backup cam or something. When you're getting ready to hit something, this little thing turns red, like, oh, don't do that, stop. So anyway, like I said, paid $3 or $4 for this. Had it for a couple of months. Sold it for, I took an offer on this, $10 plus shipping. I was very happy to see it go. So didn't make a whole lot of profit on that, but it's gone. Alright, here's a Magic the Gathering card I purchased at the thrift store the other day. A huge box of Magic the Gathering cards for $3 for the whole box. Decided, you know what, $3, there's a ton of cards in there. I didn't look through them to see if there was anything worth anything. I just thought, I'll just sit around the house and sort through them, and I'll pull all the rares out, and then I'll look them up on eBay. And I found 2 cards in there that will sell for about $25 total, and this was one of them. Like I said, paid $3 for the whole box, so I have about $1.50 into this card, and I sold it for $9.95 plus shipping. So made a few bucks on that, and then all the other cards that didn't sell, I have Magic the Gathering cards in my collection. I'll just put them in with the rest of my Magic cards, and they'll hang out in my closet for a while. So I got a whole bunch of Magic cards for free, and I sold 2 cards out of there to make my money back plus some. So that's good. All right, here is a remote. Is this the remote? Yeah, it is. Okay, so like I said, my sister came over to help me list some stuff, and I kind of had a box of stuff set aside for her, like some easy stuff to start with. This was one of those items. This was the very first thing that she listed. So I showed her how to test this, showed her the pictures she needed to take, how to clean it, you know, that kind of stuff, and what, you know, what to look for in the battery compartment and whatnot. So she listed this, and we moved on to some other stuff. We were doing maybe 15 minutes later, this sold, and she goes, oh, she goes, that Sony remote we just posted sold. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And she's like, man, I can't believe this actually works. You know, I think it's funny when you try to explain to people what you do. Like when people say, oh, what have you been up to, man? Where are you working at? I say, oh, I'm an eBay reseller. And they're just kind of like, I don't know, dumbfounded. Like, what? Huh? That's something? So for her to see it actually happen, you know, it was pretty funny that the first thing that she posted sold in like 15 minutes. And it just blew her mind. Like, wow, this really is something that you can do. So it was very fun. It was an interesting sale. Didn't, like I said, paid $1 for that remote. I don't even think I told you guys what I sold. I paid $1 and we sold it for $6.95 plus free shipping. So we made a few bucks off of it. But it, like I said, just sold in 15 minutes, and she was like dumbfounded, like, wow, that actually sold. Huh. All right, here's another Lego minifigure. Like I said, less than a penny into these things. I still, like I said, got a ton more minifigures to post. I still have all the the loose Lego bricks to lot up and sell, so I'm gonna make a ton of money off these Legos. I sold this one for full price, $9.95 plus shipping on that one, so pretty cool. I've had, and I love these pictures. I think these are probably my favorite pictures of things that I've, you know, photographed. I think this turned out really, really well. So, love the pictures. That's just my regular old camera phone right there. That's my cell phone picture. So, no special high-end camera or anything like that. No special apps. That's just turn on your camera, take a picture. So, I think they turned out pretty well. I like them. They're cool. All right, here is Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Same thing, kind of like with the Mario Kart Wii. I sell a bunch of these. Usually get them in Nintendo Wii lots. Usually, once I break it down, I have like $1, maybe $2 into these. Sold this for $10.95 plus shipping. So, had it for a couple of, like maybe a month and a half on this one. Sold several copies of this Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Unfortunately, it's not as expensive as the Nintendo GameCube Super Smash Bros. Melee, but still think these sell very quickly, you know, so I don't mind picking them up. All right, another remote. Paid $1 for this, $10.95 plus shipping. You know, so it's, you know, not huge money, but easy. You know, 3 pictures, as I always say, just easy. It's easy things to list, easy things to make some money off of, and usually, you know, if you price them right, they sell pretty quickly. So I don't mind selling remotes. And here's another piece of that phone set. That phone that I sold earlier, this was the actual charger for it. Like I said, paid maybe a quarter up to 50 cents for each one of these. Sold this one for $12.95 plus shipping. So got full price for this. Had it for a while. I've got a bunch like on my shelves in there. I have my phones in one area. Got charging cradles in another area. Just got a bunch of different types, bunch of different, you know, models and stuff. So this one sold pretty good. $12.95 plus shipping. Not too bad. All right, here's a bobblehead that I picked up a while back. I usually pick up when I'm at the garage sales. If I see bobbleheads and they're like $1, 50 cents, stuff like that, I'll pick them up no matter really who the player is, because they will sell. Now this one didn't sell for a whole bunch, $6.95 plus shipping. But if you pay 50 cents for it, and it's again like sports stuff, video game stuff, it's stuff that I like, you know, enjoy selling, like selling shoes and clothes and stuff. It's not really like, it doesn't really interest me. I mean, you can obviously make money off of it, but things that are related to sports and video games interest me more. So, you know, I don't mind like selling them, even if they don't sell for a whole bunch of money. They're just, I don't know, fun sales for me, I guess. But sold this one, like I said, paid 50 cents or $1. Sold it for $6.95 plus shipping. So, and it's been here for a while. And now that the baseball season's over, I have, I don't know, 20 or 25 bobbleheads in my collection. They'll probably sit here until like closer to Christmas. Maybe some will sell around Christmas. And then, you know, I'm guessing that most of those bobbleheads will sell like once baseball starts up in April again, and people start thinking about baseball again, that some of those bobbleheads will start selling quicker. But, you know, just sit them on the shelf in there. It's not too bad. All right, here's another thing my sister posted that she was surprised that actually sold. This is a Sony PSP, or no, this is a Sony Handycam AC charger. I think I bought a handy cam that had the charger, but the handy cam itself didn't work. So I decided, well, you know, let's sell the charger. Let's sell the handy cam broken. It's tested with parts only. So I think I paid for that one $4 for that whole bundle of handy cam stuff. Sold this for $8.95 plus shipping for this. So maybe I would say like $1 into this. Sold it for $8.95 plus shipping. So not too bad. Alright, NBA Street and NBA Street Volume 2, PlayStation 2. Paid $1 each for these at a yard sale. You know, not much else to say about that. I bought these and I was like, oh, I'll just lot them. You know, instead of selling them separate, I'll sell them together. Maybe, you know, that would interest somebody more to be able to get both Volume 1 and Volume 2. Sold these for $19.95 plus shipping. Had these for a while, I don't know, 6 weeks or something. Like I said, paid $2 for this, $19.95 plus shipping, and I got that from yard sale a while back. Alright, here's another Lego minifigure, and we saw a lot of minifigures this week, which is cool. Because, like I said, less than a penny into these, I would say. $14.95. Did I get full price for that? Yeah, $14.95 plus shipping on this one. It's just like the little troll guy, and he's got like a club. So like I said, I sorted through the Lego several times. I found the troll guy, but he didn't have his clothes. So I sorted through again, found his clothes, and then I couldn't find his club. The club is 2 pieces. I found the top piece, and then I sorted through it again and found the very, very top piece. So it took a while to find it. That's the thing about these Legos. It takes a while to find the parts, put them back together, you know, but when you do, and it's fun. I mean, it's, you know, sit around, watch TV, and sort through Legos. It's not too bad. It's a lot of profit. That's what it is. Alright, here's another one of those watch boxes. This is also a Seiko. Guy bought both of these. So the guy who bought the blue one earlier bought both of these white ones as well. So what did I get? I think $27.90 plus shipping. For these, I was selling for $13.95 a piece. Yeah, he bought both. I only had 2 of these Seiko ones. So, pretty cool. Like I said, paid, I think, 60 cents for each one of these. So I got $1.20 into this. And $27.90 plus shipping for that. So, pretty cool. Alright, here's the last of the Monopoly games that I got. A while back, went to a thrift store, and they had a whole stack of different Monopoly games still sealed. So this is brand new. This is Horseopoly. I think they had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer-opoly, Las Vegas, Cat-opoly, Dog-opoly, and Horse-opoly. Paid $2 each for them. This was the last of those 5. I made pretty good money on these. The Rudolph one went for like 30. The Las Vegas one went for close to 30. I think the Dog and the Cat one only went for like 10. This one went for $15.95 plus shipping. And it's weird because several of those went to, I think 3 or 4 of them went overseas. So global shipping program. I don't know why, but they did. Like I said, paid $2 for these at the thrift store. Had this one. Like I said, this was the last of the 5 that I had. So I had this for a while, maybe 2 months, close to 3 months, and we sold it for $15.95 plus shipping. So some decent profit. All right, here is a Super Soaker. This is something to kind of keep an eye out. These are the squirt guns from like the 90s, the Laramie Super Soakers. Paid $1 for this at a yard sale. In the summer, so I've had this for a while. Had it priced pretty high, and then, you know, just kind of kept bringing it down. Paid $1. I have another Super Soaker. The only thing about these that I found is that often they, like, when you test them, they leak pretty bad. So they're pretty old. They're from the 90s. You know, I don't know that they were really built to last. You know, you'll fill them up and they'll leak really, like when you try to squirt them, they like leak really bad. So I've had a couple that I've had to just had to part out or sold as is because they leak so bad. But this one was in good condition. The sticker was on there. You know, the gun was in good condition. Didn't really leak. So it was a good sale. Like I said, paid $1 and I took an offer on this one, $20 plus shipping. So I was happy to have it gone because the summer is over. I was thinking, man, I'm gonna have to wait to sell this thing until like, you know, May next year. But yeah, somebody wanted to snatch this up now, which is cool with me. Like I said, $20 plus shipping. Paid $1 for that. I've had it for a while, since the summer. I bought this in the summer thinking, oh, someone's going to buy it. Didn't happen. Someone bought it in the fall. Alright, here's a Wii remote. Kind of like the games. These are things that I buy, like, you know, when I buy a whole Wii package, a whole lot. Sell the remote separately, sell the console separately, sell the games separately, sell the cords separately. So sell it, part it all out, send it all different directions. But, you know, at the end of the day, I have about $1 into these things. I sold this one for full price, $13.95 plus shipping. So it's the second one of these pink ones I sold. This one actually had the Wii Motion Plus inside, so it's a, you know, a newer model Wii remote that actually had the Motion Plus built in. So it was a pink one. It was cool. Sold it for $13.95 plus shipping. Paid $1. All right, here's a really nice sale. Not our best sale of the week, but it's still a really nice sale. Went to a yard sale, and the guy had these for $5, and I didn't know anything about them. I just thought they looked awesome. They were just in really nice condition. They're just these huge, like, heavy-duty rubber. And I was surprised at the name. They're Paratrooper Parachute Jumping Air Boots, but they're called Mickey Mouse Paratrooper Parachute Jumping Air Boots. Like I said, had no idea what these were. Just saw them sitting on the ground. I was like, man, these look awesome. And the guy was like, oh yeah, those are some great boots. He's like, I wear them, you know, hunting or whatever. And I'm like, man, these are cool. And he wanted $5 for them. They were from 1979. Actually, let me show you. Actually, on the inside it says, let's see, right there. You can see right there, October 2nd, 1979. So some really old boots, and like I said, they were still in really good condition. There was only like a few spots, like literally that was, you know, I was taking pictures of just anything that might be wrong with these, and that, you know, it was a little spot there, it was a little spot there, but I thought for 1979 boots, the treads were in really good condition. They were hardly, you know, weren't worn or anything. So these are some really nice boots. Paid $5 for them. I really like these boots. I thought about keeping them because, you know, when I go fishing, you know, you're trekking around in the woods, and it's, you know, it can be kind of muddy and stuff. I thought, man, I should keep these, but I gotta make that money, you know, gotta pay them bills, so I'll just keep on wearing the old gym shoes around in the woods. But these are really cool. I loved these boots, and I'm glad that they sold. So paid $5, sold them for $84.95 plus shipping. I had these for a couple of months. Again, this was another thing where I could have sold this a long time ago because I got a ton of offers. I think I had these started at 100 and was just kind of like, I think I had them at 100, then I had them at like 94, 95, and then I put like best offer on them, and people were sending me offers like, I'll give you $20 for them, $40. I was like, there's no way. Finally, I took them from $94.95 to $84.95, took the best offer off, and I was just like, these boots are just too cool to like give away for free. So I'll just wait until someone pays the $84.95, and it didn't really take long once I moved it to $84.95, maybe a week from that point. But just really awesome boots. I'm going to shut up about these boots now, but they were cool. $5, that's all I paid for them. $84.95 plus shipping. Alright, here's a Easy View slide sorter. It's like, you know, an old school thing that it had like this light bulb in the back, as you can see there. Had a little light bulb in the back. You put that tray on there, and then you can put the slides on the tray, and it like illuminates the slides. Pretty interesting thing from back in the 80s. Paid like $3 for this at the thrift store. Had it for a while. It's funny because I sold this today, and then when I was at the thrift store, I found another one of the exact same one. So got another one for, I think I paid $4 for that one. So I'm going to be able to relist to sell similar to this one again. Like I said, had it for a couple of months. Not too bad. I mean, pay $3. We sold it for $18.95 plus shipping. So I just thought it was interesting. The slide sorter is what they call it. It's pretty cool. Alright, here's a video game, Nintendo GameCube, Mario Party 5. This is the disc only. Picked this up in a huge lot a while back, went to a yard sale. Sold a bunch of other stuff from this lot. Went to a yard sale. Guy had an Xbox 360 that was super overpriced. I asked him, did you have any other video game stuff? He said, his son said, yeah, I got some Nintendo Wii stuff and some GameCube stuff that I don't use anymore because I have a Nintendo Switch. He said, would you be interested in that? I said, yeah, absolutely. So he went inside, got a huge stack of games. He had like 40 or 45 games. He had some great titles in there. This was one of them. Unfortunately, this did not have the box and the manual. It was the disc only. You know, he had, like I said, 40 or 45 games. I said, well, how much do you want for this stuff? And I was prepared to pay a lot because he had some really great titles. And he goes, well, how about $40? I said, yeah, that sounds fantastic. So paid $40 for this, so I have less than $1 into this. And we sold it for $32.95 plus shipping. Got the full price on that one, so that's great. $32.95 plus shipping. Paid less than $1 for that. That's what I like. I love selling video games, as you can tell. Alright, here's another thing. Now, this is the thing that my sister, one of the things that my sister, she photographed this and listed this the other day when she was over there, and it sold. She was again, surprised that this stuff sells. But this is just a Sony PSP charger. Went to a garage sale about a month ago and bought a Sony PSP. Had like 10 games, the PSP, the charging cords, stuff like that. I think it was 20 bucks for the whole thing. So I have like $2 into this, I guess. I kept the PSP. I already had a charger because I already had a different PSP. So I already had the charger, kept all the games. So I was like, oh, I'll just sell this extra charger, and it's something my sister can list. It's easy, you know, to kind of get her warmed up to, you know, how to use eBay. But like I said, maybe have $1 or $2 into this. We sold it for $8.95 plus free shipping. So $2.66 to ship this. So not a whole lot of profit, but I mean, there's no point just having extra cords around. I might as well sell it. Get some of the $20 I spent back on that. So that's cool. All right, now we are up to the final and the best sale of the week. And it's an interesting one, I think, anyway. All right, here we go. This is a DAT Sony digital audio tape. You might be looking at that price and going, $10.95? That's not a very good sale, man. What are you talking about? You lying to me? This is, I had 10 of these. I bought these from the thrift store. I had these maybe 2 weeks. Paid 50 cents a piece for each one of these. Like I said, I had 10 of these tapes. Guy bought all 10. One guy bought all 10. $109.50 for all 10. Paid the shipping. I think it went to California or something. So guy bought all 10. I was very happy about this. Paid $5 for all 10, and we sold it for $109.50. So some killer profit, easy sale, easy to package. Just a Sony digital audio tape. I've never seen them before. But when I was at the thrift store, they were like behind the counter, like down on the floor. And I just was I was literally standing in line to check out, and I looked over and saw it, and I asked the lady, I said, "Oh, what's up with those Sony tapes?" And she goes, "Oh, I don't know." She put them up on the counter, and she goes, "They're like 50 cents a piece." I'm like, "Oh, yeah, I guess I'll buy them." I'm glad I did. Like I said, sold all 10 to one guy. That's what I love, making a quantity listing, and the guy just buys them all. I was like, hell yeah, that's what's up. So $109.50 for these. Paid $5. So a really great sale. All right, guys, that is it for the week. Like I said, 36 sales. Been you know, sold a lot of stuff. Had some great sales. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found some new bolos maybe, or got some information from it that you can use in your everyday reselling life. Again, thank you guys so much for all the love and the support, the comments, the subscribes, the thumbs up. I actually had a buddy who is kind of like helping me with my channel, does like the graphics and stuff. And he was like, "Hey man, you know, you get a lot of comments on your videos, so that's awesome, you know, for the amount of views I have compared to how many comments I have. So I appreciate all the comments and stuff. I read every one of them, respond to every one of them, so thank you guys for that. Hopefully you'll see some different content other than just what's sold on eBay stuff. I have a video for a storage unit that I bought that I need to get to my content guy and get him rolling on that. I think I want to make a video, and you guys can tell me maybe in the comments below what you think about this. But like I said, this week was kind of a roller coaster, and I had some things happen this week on eBay that, you know, I didn't really want to bring the video down from the start and talk about them, but I was thinking about making a video about like kind of the ups and the downs of eBay reselling, you know, just to kind of get some things off my chest and to talk about them with you guys and see what your guys' thoughts on them. So I may make a video. I haven't really decided yet, because I think it could be a video that, I don't want to say it would like get some backlash, but it might not be like a really popular video. You know, not a lot of people want to talk about, you know, the bad part of eBay. You know, eBay's fantastic, do not get me wrong. I make great money on eBay, and I don't want to complain about this. I love eBay. But there are some things that happen sometimes that make me scratch my head and make me feel, as a seller, I feel, I want to say the word is probably like helpless. You know what I mean? Like not very, I don't got a whole lot of support. You know, feel helpless in most situations. So I thought about maybe making a video like a pros and a cons list to eBay. Something like that. And then I've also went back and said maybe I shouldn't make a video like that. But anyway, I may make that. You may see that soon. But anyway, enough rambling. Thank you guys very much. Have a great rest of your week, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, guys.